It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson and my partners, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports. And at this point in the season, some key storylines have already captured all of our attention. We'll watch the Charlotte Hornets in this one as they go up against the Grizzlies out in Memphis. Well, for the Grizzlies, they've had a tough time over the last few weeks. 3-7 in their last 10 games. We'll see if they can make amends tonight. Guys, how about Chandler Parsons in this one? A very versatile small forward who acts as a leader for this team. Jet?
Yeah, it's funny, man, because it goes way beyond basketball. This guy has been going recruiting people in the summertime to play with his team. He could be a GM one day. He has got the idea right now at an early age.
I agree with you, Kenny. He's a very personable guy, plays unselfishly, and I think he's a glue guy on this team as well. I love this kid.
That does it for us for now. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Doesn't make sense, no.
The mighty Mississippi River carving its path through Memphis, Tennessee, where we're coming to you from tonight. We've got the Grizzlies in Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee, against an Eastern Conference team here at the FedEx Forum. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. DA David Aldridge is on our sideline. Hornets coming to town, hoping to notch one here in this one-game road trip. Still trying to find that groove they had last year. They'd like to grab hold of some new momentum and get closer, Steve, to where they were a season ago.
And it's the last time they'll see these guys. A two-game season series, and after losing that first one, I'd expect them to play with a little extra added motivation.
Well, they better, because you always want to avoid the sweep. No matter what kind it is, it's still an embarrassment.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, Hornets coach Steve Clifford is always pragmatic. He said you look at what wins in this league and you see the best teams don't give up fast break points. Year in and year out, offensive rebounding is not a big factor. Guys, Clifford demands that his guards and small forwards get back after the release of a shot. And the Hornets have become one of the best teams in the league in transition defense.
Thanks, David. He does give a little more leeway to MKG to go to the glass, though, as well he should. And Chris, at the midway point of the season, are teams worried about peaking too early? Is that a real concern for teams?
Yeah, you know what? I've never understood the phrase peaking too early. I never understood what that meant. You know, you're supposed to try to win every game you can. There's no such thing as perfection, so you'll never peak.
Great way to put it. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Charlotte, we've got Kaminsky. Kemba Walker is out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then there's Batum, and it's O'Brien in at the force line. To the middle, intercepted. And here comes Walker, leading the fast break, and Kidd-Gilchrist gets it to go in.
Just amazing work from Walker. Really zipping the rock fast to the wide open man.
Here's Baldwin. They set the pick. It's Allen on the wing. Fader on the way. Hornets with the rebound. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
I mean, you're right. A lot of wide open spaces. They were running around undefended all night.
The Hornets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Down low. And Green slams it in.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
And again, the Hornets missing. Charlotte on D. Allen outside. He feeds it to Green. Pass to Baldwin. Got it. Good job in the low post. Baldwin's got his first points of the night.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Oh, this could be an early sign of an explosive game for him. You have to keep your eye on him if you're the defense.
Even though there's a height disadvantage, he's still able to go up and over his man.
What a fearless take right there. He knew the defender was bigger, but he didn't care. He got it done.
Now, here's Walker. A 20-point game for him in the win against New York. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to O'Brien. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's Gasol. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
Yeah, in a game where offensively they were about as inconsistent as you're ever going to see them.
Well, because you can do a bunch of things well, but if you're incapable of scoring, none of the rest of that stuff really matters.
Memphis leading. Here's Parsons, and Parsons slams it in.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Now, here's Walker. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Kicks to Allen. To the left side wing. Back to Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. Left block shot on the way. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Walker. He's given them a healthy dose of offense each and every night with an average of 20 points a game. Kaminsky sets the pick for Kid Gilchrist, and the Hornets miss again.
He looks super awkward attempting that look, and it's because he didn't get set first before shooting.
And the Grizzlies, one of the top contenders in the West for a number of years, now at a bit of a crossroads. What do you think?
Yeah, every team goes through this. There's a certain life cycle to any roster. The good news for the Grizzlies fans is that their front office has been right more often than not. We'll see if they can continue to pull another rabbit out of their hat.
The first one falls. Both good from the line that time.
And Charlotte has had some great players come through in Don Till. Not only very talented players, but more memorable players. Guys like Grandmama Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues, just to name a few.
Walker, and he makes good on the layup. Walker's got his first bucket of the night.
Even with the D swarming Walker, he rattles in these shots. Just an exceptional finisher close to the basket.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Hornets trail by 6. And thinking about past Hornet stars, Chris, who in your mind was the best ever to put on a Hornets uniform?
Oh, man, you have to think about Larry Johnson, Grandmama. You also have to think about Alonzo Mourning is up there for most fans of the team.
Now here's Walker. The tray. Allen with the rebound.
Oh, wow. When he misses looks like that, I mean, it's really deflating. They need those ones if they want to stay in this one.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And the one thing you can say about the Grizzlies, year after year, defense has been their calling card. I mean, they do it with toughness, they do it with pace, and they have tremendous heart.
Free throw, good. Allen. You know, discussing the Grizzlies defense, it wasn't quite as locked down last year, Greg, as it had been.
Yeah, and the thing about playing good defense, it requires everyone to be on the same page. One weak link can cause a breakdown for the whole unit. And factor in the injuries for the Grizzlies last season, it's somewhat surprising their defense held up at all.
And Allen drops them both. And last season, Chris, no one was really quite sure what would come of the Hornets, but they ended up being one of the tougher teams in the entire Eastern Conference.
Well, and what is really impressive is the Hornets did that while dealing with a bunch of injuries. Everyone was surprised at how strong the Eastern Conference was during the season, and the Hornets were one of those surprise teams leading the way. You could definitely say the Hornets surpassed expectations last season.
You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
The beginning of this game has had their imprint all over it.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Well, I just think they're pressing too much, not really in the rhythm. Have to let the game come to you.
Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Hornets.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
Hornets trail by 10. And here's Walker. On the wing, Batum. Just his first attempt. They get it again. Bryant, no good.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
To the paint, deflects the pass. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Inside, and here comes Walker, leading the fast break.
And Walker is what we call thirsty. He's thinking of firing as soon as he gets the rock. Great presence of mind from the point guard.
Here's Baldwin. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Heat in Miami.
Don't forget about his playmaking. Kept his head up. Found his teammates all night.
Now here's Green. Here's Parsons. Kicks it out to Allen. He dishes it to Gasol. Memphis moving it around. Here's Baldwin. And it's Green with the jam.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
Well, they're really pushing their interior game right into the face of the D. And so far, the defense has no answer for it.
Here's Batum, following the score by Memphis. Bryant dishes to Batum. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point range. Again, Batum missing. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Gasol up top. 17 points for him last game against the Heat in Miami.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
Baldwin can't get it to go.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Feeds to O'Brien. Back to Walker. Over in the corner, Batum. On the wing, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. You look around the NBA, Chris, at all the head coaches, a lot of new names. Why do you think teams are still looking for fresh faces on the bench? Guys that may not have the big name that get the head coaching jobs?
Well, I think because guys want to see something new. I think sometimes you get to see a guy's personality or a situation may precede itself as far as for a coach. And so I think a lot of the times people just kind of want to start things off with a clear slate their way and have the loyalty of a guy that's only coached for their team. And for some it works, for some it doesn't. But once again, it's only one championship to go around a year.
Well said.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
That's part of his skill set. Excellent recognition on his part to get in the best spot to complete that look.
Basket counts.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
It's really the ideal start that any team wants. Now they have to ride this wave throughout the rest of the game.
Chris, so often we'll see one play in a game that seems to change the mentality, the momentum, the feel on the floor. As a player, do you feel it when one play, just one play, can alter the mood of a game, change the pace of a game?
Well, yeah, Kevin, you can definitely feel it. I mean, a lot of times, you're trying to invoke it, implore it. You're trying to speak it into existence.
Yes.
So, if you see someone that gets a big steal when you need one and you guys have been, plotting for it on the sideline in the huddle, or if you see a guy hit a big three that ties up the game, and, it's a 17-4 run, and it makes everyone believe, and then the roar of the crowd and how that goes, momentum is definitely tangible. When you see someone get dunked on and one poster, take the lead up by one, crowd goes crazy. I believe, it actually affects you physically.
Yes.
Your heartbeat, your pulse, your endorphins, your adrenaline, everything gets going. So, yeah, you definitely can feel when the play alters the mood of the game.
Great way to put it. They get it again. Bellinelli. Carter with the block. And he's able to get it back. And the shot goes in.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Simple rule of team rebounding. Everyone needs to box out someone when the shot goes up. A number of assignments were missed right there.
To the inside. It's tipped and stolen by Zeller. And here comes Bellinelli leading the fast break. Here's Wood, and it's right, sending it back. Daniels with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And stolen by Zeller. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Sessions is running, and a wide open look for Lamb. Offensive rebound. Wood can't hit. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Carter, the pass to Harrison. In the corner, right with it. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
And the start of last season was a disappointment for Brandon Wright. Injured his knee, you may recall, only the second week after having recently signed a brand new 3-year contract.
Yeah, and it's always tough to go to a new team and be unable to contribute right away. One of the league's best finishers at the rim, a great shot blocker. He really improves the rotation. So if he can continue to add good weight to his frame, the best of Brandon Wright, I believe, is still yet to come.
And here are the Hornets now. After Memphis gets the 3, Bellinelli takes a big high bounce and goes in. Bellinelli's got his second bucket of the night.
And you just have to love watching Bellinelli shoot the rock, just as smooth as they come.
Here's Harrison. He's covered by Sessions. Randolph a screen. Here's Daniels. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And Sessions kicks to Bellinelli. There's a good screen. And stolen by Wright. Here's Harrison, covered by Lamb. Carter kicks to Daniels. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. Carter with the 3. Zeller grabs the board. Hornets trail by 12. And Sessions kicks to Zeller. Here's Wood. Tries again. And it's Wright sending it back. Charlotte shooting their first free throws of the game. And he makes the first. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And the Grizzlies leading by 11. Passes it to Daniels. And they will call over the back on the play.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound, just a little too aggressive.
The Hornets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Zeller.
The younger brother of Tyler Zeller and former Suns big man Luke Zeller, Cody has a good chance to be the best of all 3.
So he gets them both. And here are the Grizzlies now. 9-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, they just caught a team, Kevin, that was in a zone, and they didn't have the manpower defensively to disrupt them.
But well, they also made few, if any, effective adjustments. Defense is all about hustle, yes, but it also comes to scheme.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Grizzlies lead by 9. And we'll be back right after this. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Play free. Just play like you're playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, forever.
Infectious enthusiasm. You see it every time he steps on the floor. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
You're right. They've been extremely active, physical, really dictating the flow of this game.
On the floor for Charlotte. Batum is out there with Wood. Then there's Ramon Sessions. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Zeller in at the center position. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
And you look at this Hornets team. There is so much length on the floor at any given time. As much wingspan as any other team in the league. This helps on the defensive end with blocks and steals.
As you talked about the wingspan, the arm span of the Hornets, slight pun intended. They have it at all positions, though.
Well, and that's what makes them so versatile with their defensive matchups. Kidd-Gilchrist and Marvin Williams both have great length.
Chris, who do you think is the most versatile player in the league?
Wow, that's a great question. I think you have to just go with LeBron. LeBron is the most versatile player because we're not only talking about can he play point guard, can he play power forward, can he pass, can he dribble, but he can also play defense. And so we mention two-way players a lot, but we don't talk about the offensive skill set many of these two-way players have, and none of them have a better offensive skill set than LeBron.
Very good point. Now Sessions still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. 6 on the shot clock. Batum dishes to Zeller. This one for 3. Kept alive. Wood passes to Zeller. And again, the Hornets missing.
The defense got super lucky there because he does not miss many of those.
Memphis moving it around. Dishes it to Carter. Fires from the wing. That doesn't go either for Carter. Hornets trail by 11. Batum for 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Gasol's got 4 rebounds in this game. Daniels passes to Harrison. Gasol on the high post. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Charlotte Hornets made a concerted effort last season to improve what had been terrible three-point shooting. Coach Steve Clifford said, if you look at trends in this league, three-point shooting percentage was the #1 factor why teams won. That's the way this league has gone. It makes sense, right? It creates spacing, which opens up things for everybody else. Kevin?
Yeah, trying to space the floor. Thank you, D.A.
Not good. He already has 2 early fouls here, and he has to watch himself for the rest of the half.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Green, he's checked in for Randolph. Chandler Parsons comes in for Vince Carter. And Tony Allen subbed in for Troy Daniels. Charlotte also making some changes. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Cody Zeller, and it's O'Brien's in for Wood. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Back to Green. Fires for 3. Down it goes. His 3rd basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Boy, shooting with a lot of confidence from deep. You have to get up on him.
Now here's Walker. Can they get it? Rejected by Gasol. Here's Baldwin to the wing on the left. Allen outside. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, some people call it front running, but as the league continues to expand, their confidence continues to soar right now.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. Allen, no good on the free throw. Hornets trail by 18. Batum with the ball. Now guarded by Parsons. Green against Walker for 3. Hornets keep it alive. Yes, that goes in. Kaminsky's got his first basket of the night.
He's so intelligent around the rim. Kaminsky found a way to own that possession.
Here's Baldwin, guarded by Walker. Here's Parsons, and Parsons slams it in.
Now, I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Charlotte calls timeout.
Guard it.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Oh, well, they have to become more physical defensively and really commit to protecting that painted area. Now, since his arrival in Charlotte, Coach Clifford has been doing what he can to improve the defense of this club. They have seen steady improvement under his watch. It's a big part of why they look to be able to hang in there with any team.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
And he has slipped into a funk. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, everybody goes through slumps. He can't let it get to him, though. Everyone makes mistakes on the floor. You just have to always be thinking about the next play.
The pass to Baldwin. Allen outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Green kicks to Gasol. They get it back. Allen. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And the Hornets making a change here. Bellinelli's checked in. And with Coach Clifford, Chris, and his defensive approach, he is always looking for feedback and how to improve his team's tenacity on defense.
Well, the man is known by the company he keeps, and it helps him that he has friends like Thibodeau and Van Gundy to lean on. He emphasizes containing the ball on defense. He also strives to make sure his team has fluid help on the defensive end as well.
And again, the Hornets missing. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 14-2 run here. Down low, Gasol dishes to Parsons. Great D that time from Batum.
They have to be happy at least with how they set it up. Most of the time, that's a sure make.
Bellinelli passes to Kaminsky. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Such an advantage for Kaminsky. He can finish inside with either hand.
And the Grizzlies leading by 19 points. Here's Baldwin. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's Walker. It's rebounded by Memphis. Green's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. it's been ugly.
And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And here's Walker. Here's Batum, and Batum throws it down.
Well, that's the athleticism of Batum on full display. Really leaping up and powering the jam down.
Here's Baldwin. In the corner, Parsons with it. Batum with the steal. Down low. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Allen outside. Gasol's in the post. Kaminsky's there. Gasol no good.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Solid defense. They weren't going anywhere against them there.
O'Brien, no good.
As soon as he made his drive to the bucket, the defense jumped right in and prevented him from finishing out.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Not one of the biggest free agency moves of the past offseason, but had high impact with Chandler Parsons coming over to the Grizzlies. And, you know, G.A., you look at his skill set, and he fits right in with what Memphis is trying to do.
Yeah, and I think overall Memphis had a great offseason. You know, in acquiring Parsons and in retaining Conley. Memphis hadn't had a lot of luck luring big free agents in the past, and Parsons is perhaps one of their biggest gets as a franchise. And for Parsons, he gets a good deal for himself and continues to play for a team that has always been competitive.
He hits both from the stripe. Hornets trail by 17. Walker with it. It's Bellinelli atop the key. Shoots off the screen. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. And Chris, Marco Bellinelli, a bit of a traveling sharpshooter at this point in his career.
Well, as Bellinelli has gotten older, he's become more and more comfortable in that role of being a designated deep threat. He learned how to play that role well with the Spurs when he helped contribute to their title run. A lot of teams could use a player like Bellinelli on their roster for his skills and his approach to the game.
Both free throws good from Bellinelli. And some big names have called it a career in the last few years. We just saw Kobe retire this past season. Chris, when did you know that it was time for you to make that transition away from the game and officially retire?
I knew a couple of years before I actually admitted it. You know, I battled injuries basically my whole career, from dislocated shoulders to ankle injuries to, of course, everyone knows about the knees. And so for me, I was just trying to play every single moment I could and as many games as I could. So, you know, it's don't really know when I realized it, but it didn't matter, because whenever you realize it, you don't want to let it go.
Yeah. Allen passes to Baldwin. Now the dish to Gasol. Over to the wing. Over in the corner, Green. Banked in off the glass. Green's got 11 points.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Hornets trail by 19. And Walker kicks to Batum. Now Kaminsky. He's coming off a 13-point game against New York.
Oh, and the rebound is spectacular as well. He was in attack mode all night.
The drive by Allen. That one misses. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Shots good by Walker.
How about the quick feet of Walker? They really come into play on his drives to the rack.
Here's Baldwin. Over in the corner, Allen. Pass to Baldwin. Green dishes to Gasol. Just 5 to shoot. And that one drops for him. Gasol's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Not really nice there. Poor technique on the screen, but savvy scoring move to save that trip down the floor. Well, after not making anything from the field in the first, I mean, he has really elevated his game this second quarter.
Here's Baldwin. Gasol, a screen on Walker. Baldwin the pass to Gasol. Gasol missing again. Hornets trail by 17. Over in the corner, Batum misses the three.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
It's stolen by Kaminsky. Here's Walker. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Sometimes the D is helpless against Walker. His speed, cleverness, and touch from everywhere makes him a near impossible cover.
And one thing, Chris, you like about Kemba Walker the past couple years is that his shot selection has continued to move in the right direction.
And a lot of that is just maturing as a point guard in the NBA. Kemba was seen for a while as an inefficient scorer, but he's dropped that tag with his play. He still has room to grow, so who knows just how good this guy can get. Now, if you ask around the league about who is overlooked by the fans of the NBA, Kemba Walker is the name you'll hear. He doesn't get a lot of attention playing in Charlotte, but he puts up big numbers and can carry his team at times.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group, and he makes both free throws. And with Walker, you look at the short list of players who averaged more points, Chris, than him per game last season. It's nothing but big-name players.
Oh, yeah, he is right there with them when it comes to getting buckets. It's taken him some time to find his way, but Walker is definitely an all-star caliber point guard. He'll keep getting more and more due credit, though, as long as he plays at this level.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And we take a look here at the shot chart.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. That they are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
No good on that one. Lamb, he's checked in for Kemba Walker. Good on the second free throw. Hornets trail by 16. Now here's Sessions. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Launches it. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make. He is 1 for 4.
And that kind of defense will cut it against most shooters from that range, but he's not most shooters.
Here's Harrison. Daniels kicks to Randolph. And it's blocked.
And registering one of the highest verticals at the NBA Combine, Zeller can send your shot back.
Five on the clock. Randolph kicks to Daniels. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for Lamb. He's getting around 8 points a game, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
7-foot shot, and they force the shot clock violation. Straight D. And here's Sessions. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Bellinelli, defended by Carter. The shot by Bellinelli, no good.
Well, he hasn't gotten much to fall, and it's costing his team dearly.
Carter dishes to Randolph. Pass to Harrison. 18 feet out. Randolph missing again.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Zeller passes to Bellinelli. There it is, his third basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Randolph, a screen on Sessions. Daniels kicks to Randolph. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Zach Randolph, once a double-double machine, had a harder time producing at that same rate last season.
True, but he has aged well overall because he's a power guy whose game relies more on skill and instincts than quickness.
Well said.
And the difference last season was that he couldn't sustain energy for as many minutes per game. He can still dominate for stretches at both ends, but just not as long.
And Zach Randolph drops them both. Hornets trail by 13. Right wing. 1:22 left in the second quarter. Pick by Zeller. The feed to Lamb. No one near him. And it's Daniels with the rebound. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Carter, the pass to Harrison. He kicks to Randolph. Some nice passing there by Memphis. 5 to shoot.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. 52 seconds left in the first half of the game. And Sessions kicks to Lamb. Zeller against Randolph. Right, the pass to Harrison. And it's Randolph with the jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
And the Grizzlies leading by 15. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Carter outside. And the dunk by Wright.
Not a tall, towering guy for a center, but boy, he can really get up.
Charlotte shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Sessions with it. Shoots off the screen, and Lamb with the basket on the assist by Sessions.
Such a good in-between game. Lamb with the natural instincts for mid-range, plus the pure touch on the shot.
And that concludes the first half. It's the Grizzlies up by 15. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. It was a fast pace for Memphis at the outset. You could see the daggers in their eyes as they went on a 10-4 run to start things off. And it was a 9-point lead for them as they finished the first quarter. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
They have run their offense straight out of a coach's textbook tonight. Both ball and player movement have been excellent. And the result of all that movement, almost all high-quality shots they're generating. It's pretty to watch. Very good fundamental basketball.
And Big Fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
It is just about time now for the third quarter to begin. After the final buzzer sounds, the three of us will still be sitting here talking to you.
Actually, it's 4 people.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You have to like what we're seeing from Tony Allen.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Now, he's taking his time, not forcing anything, just getting his points within the flow of the offense.
And the Grizzlies leading by 15. We've got Chandler Parsons. Marc Gasol is out there with Green. Then there's Allen. And it's Baldwin in at the point guard position. And that's the group for David Fizdale as we begin the second half.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Oh, he gets a great jump on it. Barely bounces off his fingertips.
Charlotte on D. Gasol kicks to Green. Pass to Baldwin. Here's the three. The Hornets pull it in. Poked away. It's stolen by Allen. Fast break Memphis. Then Gasol with the dunk.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Shoots from the high post. Green with the rebound. Green's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Baldwin, guarded by Walker. Over in the corner, Gasol. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Kemba Walker picks one up.
And last year, really a series of highs and lows for Marc Gasol. Re-signed with the Grizzlies, that max deal, and obviously the hopes were that they could make a championship run. And once the season started, the Grizzlies underperformed. I mean, right out of the gate, and then just before the All-Star break, Gasol breaks his foot, and not at all how he'd imagine things would go. So I think, though, he used that for motivation to come back this year with a spectacular season.
Both shots good from the stripe. And talking about Gasol's injury last season, he fills up the box score in so many ways in all the categories. Greg, almost impossible to replace that kind of production.
On the court, in the locker room, the community, he's one of those guys who contributes to every facet of your franchise. He's also a great teammate, and physically and mentally you can count on him to be a warrior for you every night. Now in his 30s, though, he has to try and take care of his body and maintain that a little bit better.
Here's Baldwin, guarded by Walker. Let's go. And another miss by Memphis.
Total breakdown on defense there, but fortunately he missed that one.
Batum with the 3. It's rebounded by Gasol. Memphis leading by 16. Allen dishes to Gasol. Inside, leaps for it, stolen by Walker. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Batum passes to Kid Gilchrist. Goes up again. He feeds it to O'Brien. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And the first one at the line is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Fires the three. It's rebounded by O'Brien's. O'Brien's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Oh, he hasn't started this game on the right foot, but it hasn't slowed his team from grabbing the lead.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Mike Conley, the point guard, keeps a very stoic disposition on the court. He said so much of the game is mental, and that's one thing that I've always wanted to be good at. Never let your opponent see that you're in duress. So if I make a big game-time bucket or if I miss a shot, you'll see the same mannerisms. I move on to the next play. Real poker face, Kevin.
I like that attitude, D.A. Thank you.
And Frank Kaminsky, such a great player at the college level when he was at Wisconsin. It hasn't been the easiest transition to the NBA for him early on. The speed of the game is something that he needs time to adjust to.
We see a chart here for the shooting performance so far.
Well, they haven't really been strong enough inside. I mean, they haven't been a force or aggressive with getting those good quality looks in the paint. And I think the one-dimensionality of their offense is going to continue to be an issue because the defense isn't having to worry about clogging the lane or defending down low.
Batum with the ball, and Allen picks him up defensively.
How about this run they're in the midst of? On the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead.
This is just an incredible effort to cut into this lead and get into a position where they could really steal this win.
To the paint, it's tipped. Outside, Walker. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. Batum wide open, he fires. Kicks to Walker. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker. So it's the Grizzlies now. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Outside, Green. Down low. A nice shot by Baldwin. Baldwin's got his 2nd basket of the game.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
No mercy. He's one of the best at slamming the door shut in the opposition's face when they're trying to come back.
Kaminsky kicks to Batum. To the wing right side. 4 on the shot clock. The offensive rebound. O'Brien takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. O'Brien's got 4 points in the quarter. Here's Baldwin. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. He dishes it to Gasol. That one off the back iron and out.
His shot is not on target right now. He better figure this out fast.
Here's Charlotte. They're on an 11-2 run. Over in the corner, Batum. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Batum's got it back down to single digits for Charlotte. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. To the middle. 6 feet out. It's rebounded by Charlotte. O'Brien's got 6 rebounds in the game. Walker dishes to Kaminsky. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Here's Parsons. And Parsons slams it in.
and they just refuse to go away and really have slowly worked themselves back into the game.
Hornets trail by 7. And Walker kicks to O'Brien. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Ball stolen. And here we go with Green. Nobody down. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at the Warriors. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, Memphis, 5 games behind.
And for the Grizzlies, with the start they've had, they've taken what was such a hopeful preseason and turned the mood sour.
Yeah, but we all know it's completely different going from the preseason to the regular season. They aren't the same. But it's still disappointing considering how well they played in the preseason and how poorly they have performed to start this season.
Kaminsky.
He was named Player of the Year coming out of college. But Kaminsky is still adjusting to the speed of the NBA game.
This is his first free throw of the game. The free throw drops for Kaminsky. Some changes for Memphis. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Parsons. Troy Daniels comes in for Tony Allen. And it's Harrison in for Baldwin. And then for Charlotte, Zeller, he's checked in for Johnny O'Brien. And Sessions subbed in for Walker. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
There's Harrison. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Daniels kicks to right and stolen by Zeller. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Kid Gilchrist with the ball. Batum passes to Kaminsky. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Carter outside. Inside. And finished off by Wright.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And here's Charlotte. They're on a 20-6 run. Sessions dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Feeds it to Kaminsky. And out of bounds is Memphis gains possession.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Cody Zeller. He's been dominant over the last month. 6th in field goal percentage, 14th in steals, and don't forget top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
The Grizzlies have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Wright with a screen on Sessions. Harrison passes to Daniels. Yep, it counts. Now it's a 7-point Memphis lead. Hornets have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. And Sessions kicks to Kaminsky. Stolen by Randolph. Now Daniels. He's got 8. To the inside. Here's Wright. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Wood, he's checked in for Charlotte. Lamb comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Wright, no good on that one. Hornets trail by 9. And Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist from Kid Gilchrist. Kid Gilchrist has got 3 assists now in this one. The Grizzlies have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Dishes to Daniels. Randolph passes to Harrison. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Grizzlies lead by 9.
And just dropping the ball down inside, a timely assist.
Now here's Lamb. He's covered by Daniels. Lets it go from 11. Wood can't hit. Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Harrison passes to Carter. And then Carter with the jam.
And all of a sudden, you can see the confidence overflowing offensively.
Well, sometimes it just takes a couple of shots to fall. They're on the roll right now.
They set the pick. Now here's Lamb. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And here's Carter. Wright sets a screen. Harrison passes to Wright. Shoots from the elbow. Here's Daniels. That's tipped. Now here's Lamb. He's covered by Daniels. And Lamb kicks to Zeller. And there's the pass to Sessions. Count that one. Sessions has got his second basket of the night.
Great instincts on the assist. Times that play perfect.
Daniels passes to Harrison. Wright outside. Here is Daniels, covered by Lamb. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Let's take a second to see the teams that have been the toughest inside this season so far. Second, the Grizzlies.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
Carter for three.
He hasn't been able to sink anything, really. His team still leads, but it's unclear if he will find his game by the time this ends.
Wood with the bucket.
Man, fantastic chemistry on that play. You have to admire the unselfishness.
Down low, Wright. And Wright throws it down.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. And Lamb kicks to Sessions. To the inside, here's Wood. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for Charlotte. Good on the second, so he makes them both. And there's a minute 45 left in the third quarter. Carter with it. Wright sets a screen. Baseline try. Good as the jump shot falls. Carter's got 6 points.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Nice off-the-ball movement and action to free him up for a shot he makes on a regular basis. Outstanding work.
And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Jeremy Lamb. Here's Harrison. Randolph a screen. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. And it's Carter again missing. Charlotte has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded closely. There's the dish to Bellinelli. And the three off target. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. To the paint. It's deflected. It's stolen by Lamb. First trip to the line for him here. Free throw missing.
And to many, Jeremy Lamb will probably always be known for being a piece of that James Harden trade. But he's still a young player and has started to make his way in the NBA. He's shown flashes of where you can see his potential.
He's off on the second. And with Lamb, Chris, his game is coming along.
Well, a big step for him was getting out of OKC to a situation where he wasn't looked at as a replacement for anyone. Now he can just work on his game, free of any expectation, and see how far he can go.
They get it back. But they'll get another chance. And Wright throws it down.
And great effort on the boards, and what a move that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And how relentless is this guy? If you're the defense, he's the first one you're looking to block out there.
They set the pick. Here's Lamb, and no good trying to get that one. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Grizzlies lead by 9. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Hornets trail by 9. On the court for Charlotte, we've got Kemba Walker. Also Jeremy Lamb out there. Bellinelli is out there with Kaminsky. And it's O'Brien in at the power forward position. No good from Lamb. The Grizzlies shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Here's Baldwin, guarded by Walker. Green, the pass to Baldwin. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Kemba Walker picks one up.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Charlotte making the switch. Batum's checked in. And so he hits both. Hornets trail by 11. And Walker kicks to Batum. Inside, Kaminsky. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Well, when Batum, Kevin, spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
Stolen by Walker. And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup. Fourth quarter still young. Just over a minute play. Allen left side. Pass to Gasol. Looking to end his cold spell. And he can't get the first one. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Jeremy Lamb. He hits the second from the line.
Wow, he didn't really make a concerted effort in the first to get some free throws, but now all that has changed. Much more active.
Walker in the post. Offensive rebound. Kaminsky. The kick out to Walker. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Pass to Batum. Expanding his range. Hornets keep it alive.
They are really crashing the offensive glass. He's paying off.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. And Parsons kicks to Allen. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Hornets trail by 7. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Walker. Shoots. That one wide left.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Well, that's just not wise to take that shot in that situation. He'll think better of it next time around.
And that's not the way for a team to get back into a game, giving up open shots like that.
Wow. Bad defense can cost you dearly. I'd be surprised if they found a way to get back in this.
Kaminsky in the corner. Puts up a 3. He's off on that one. And Memphis the other way now. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Allen passes to Green. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. And last season, Chris, for Kid Gilchrist, it's mostly a lost one due to all the injuries he endured.
Kev, I can tell you personally, it is so frustrating to work so hard to get back to the game, only to have it taken away from a re-injury. MKG was playing fantastic ball before his shoulder troubled him again as well. Hard to replace the impact he has on the floor, as he is such a unique player.
He misses the free throw.
And Chandler Parsons returning from that hybrid microfracture knee surgery to start last season. That doesn't sound very good, does it, partner? But they said the injury was in the best possible spot. And, you know, while he was on a minutes limitation for a while, he bounced back nicely and it only got stronger as the season wore on. It's really good to see this young man flourishing out on the floor because he is going to be very valuable to the success for this team.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Here's Baldwin. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. It out to Parsons. Takes the 3. The Hornets pull it in. Kaminsky's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. And Parsons, a player who had logged heavy minutes with his time with the Houston Rockets last season, for the first time playing under a minutes restriction.
Yeah, and that was in the past, but he's proven his value. He's a guy you want to keep healthy and on the floor.
And over the past few seasons, Chris, we've seen the role of Kid Gilchrist grow in the offense.
And Kid Gilchrist has always been good in the open floor. The big change is his ability to get to space in the half-court sets and knock down shots. Now, he still prefers to attack the rim, but now you have to respect all aspects of his game.
No good on the second free throw.
And in a short amount of time, Kid Gilchrist has established himself as one of the best perimeter defenders in the game. His long reach and tenacious athleticism really covers a lot of ground.
And Parsons gets it to go.
Not really nice there. Poor technique on the screen, but savvy scoring move to save that trip down the floor.
Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Outside, Batum. Not really his range, and it's off target.
I'm sure the D has no issue whatsoever with him taking those threes, but he isn't hitting anything from out there.
Here's Parsons. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And they got to bring the double team on him.
Hornets trail by 10. Now Batum. There's the pick. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Here's O'Brien. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so we will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. That one misses. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Gasol a screen. The feed to Green. Parsons for 3. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback. That's 12 points for Walker.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Baldwin, good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
Beautiful lead pass. The finisher never has to break stride.
Hornets trail by 8. Now here's Walker. He kicks it to Kid Gilchrist. There's the pick. Shot off the screen, and it comes off the front of the rim. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Parsons on the wing, defended by Batum. Here's Allen, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. That's a foul on Charlotte. The first free throw is good. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Hornets trail by 9. Outside, Walker. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Gasol. For Memphis, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Allen kicks to Gasol. Lets it go from deep. And again, Memphis no good. Charlotte has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Right side to Walker. A baseline J. Good on the bucket. Walker's got 6 here in this quarter.
Walker has a sweet touch from there. He feels at home in that mid-range area of the court.
Here's Baldwin. Passes it to Green. In the corner, Parsons with it. Batum with the steal. Kaminsky, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
Here's Baldwin. Gasol passes to Baldwin, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Shooting Memphis.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Jack Randolph is checked in for Jermichael Green. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Hornets trail by 7. To the inside. And the basket by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got 23 points.
Now, strength was one of the biggest concerns about Kaminsky coming out of college. But he takes the hit there and still muscles in the shot.
Baldwin the pass to Gasol. And Randolph throws it down.
Inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And the Hornets shooting about 45% from the floor in the fourth. Walker dishes to Kaminsky, and out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
Couldn't come up with that pass there. Clearly wasn't expecting it.
Memphis leading by 7. Here's Baldwin. He feeds it to Allen. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Kid Gilchrist with the ball. A shot by Batum, no good. Grizzlies have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. To the middle. Oh boy, looks like he was injured there.
And you can tell by the look on his face, boy, he is going through a lot of pain.
Oh, man, out of all the time, out of all the games, this one, yeah, you have to feel for the guy. Giving a great effort. Terrible to see that happen.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for the Hornets. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I had the chance to find out what Steve Clifford talked about with his players. He said, hey, we're still in this thing. We just have to trust each other out there. Be aggressive, stay together, and play as a team. We're coming back and winning this one. Pretty confident words, Kevin.
All the officials are all over that one.
And he makes the first. Good on both. Memphis leading by 5. Here's Baldwin. Allen outside. Kicks it to Gasol. And he uses the glass on the layup.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Charlotte has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. And Walker kicks to Bellinelli. He dishes it to Kaminsky. A three-pointer is right on target. Kaminsky's got 13 points now in the quarter.
He has put forth an outstanding effort on offense this quarter. He will need to keep it up if they really want to cut into this league.
Feeds to Gasol. Randolph a screen. Parsons. And finished off by Parsons.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
You're right. They are precise in how they ran that play. Exceptional timing. That's all good stuff.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Randolph. Here's Kaminsky.
Come to me, come to me.
Inside, tries to keep it alive. Dishes it to Parsons. Hornets with the rebound.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
Well, that's just a stupendous effort by him right there. He stopped him dead in his tracks.
And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
Well, when this team needs a bucket, they turn to Kid Gilchrist. He's very crafty at getting exactly what he wants on offense.
And Parsons kicks to Gasol. It's stolen by Kaminsky. And Kaminsky with a clear path to the hoop. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The free throw drops for Kaminsky. one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. And some solid looks for them. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Memphis moving that ball around. Got a piece of it. Here's Baldwin. 5 to shoot. Here's Parsons. Bellinelli pulls it in. Bellinelli's got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. Charlotte making a switch here. Rams checked in. Charlotte trailing. To the inside. And Gasol sends it back. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. And here's Walker. Pocket 4 in the corner. It's Kid Gilchrist on the pass to Walker. Again, the miss by Walker.
Well, Kev, I'm not sure if it's because he's shooting on the opposite side of the floor this half, but he just can't buy a bucket.
Baldwin the pass to Gasol. And Gasol slams it in.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Well, yeah, and you have to give him credit. He makes the right read, go straight to the rim.
Here's Walker. He can't get that one, and it's Memphis the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Out to the wing. Here's Randolph. And a miss there on the triple. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
But these are just terrible shots he's attempted right now. No reason whatsoever for this kind of horseplay.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
When he has the ball in his hands in transition, he always finishes strong, just like he did there.
And the Hornets call time here. They trail by 6. 32 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Michael Green, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. .32 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Kaminsky misses.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
That is phenomenal work down there in the thick of it. This is the kind of D you want to see from him every time down the court.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And the Hornets call time here. They're losing by 8. 26 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Two-second difference between shot clock and game clock. So the wing on the left. There's the dish to Walker. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. Three-pointer. Green with the rebound. Parsons with it. So it's Memphis picking up the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Zach. Congrats on the win. How are you guys clicking and coming together at the defensive end?
We just talking. That's what we hang our hat on, is the defensive end. We're a defensive team. And when everybody clicking and working together, talking on defensive end, that makes us a much better team.
Really looked like you were connected at that end, Zach. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. It is time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Marc Gasol. He had a double-double in this one, points and rebounds. Showed great instincts, along with a very aggressive approach toward pushing the action.
There's not many legitimate centers in the NBA anymore, but Marc Gasol is legit. You got to worry about him everywhere on the floor. He'll beat you with his D or his post game.
He took it upon himself to dominate the glass tonight, fellas, and that's exactly what he did. He finished with a grand total of 19 rebounds. With him out there working as hard as he was on the glass, his teammates had to fall in line.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, spectacular, just great. I mean, see you.
Good night.